Okay, just for a second, I want you to picture your work calendar. Is it just packed? Now ask yourself a really honest question. How much of that stuff is just noise? Today we're diving into a huge idea, the difference between being frantic and actually being effective. This is all about how you can trade that endless busy work for the kind of high-value work that really makes a difference. Let's get into it.
Before we begin, please press the like button and the subscribe button.
So let's start with this. I want you to really sit with this question for a moment. Are you busy or are you productive? They sound kind of the same, but honestly, they are worlds apart. And figuring out that difference, that is the secret to unlocking what your team can really do.
All right, so first up, let's talk about what we call the busy work trap. This is that feeling, and I bet you felt it, where you're running around all day, but at the end of it, you're not sure you actually accomplished anything important. It's when activity doesn't equal achievement.
And this slide just lays it all out, doesn't it? Look at that being busy column. Answering emails, doing manual data entry, sitting in endless status update meetings. That's the stuff that eats up our days. But then, look over on the right. Creative thinking, building relationships with customers, doing the work that actually generates revenue. That's the goal, right? The problem is all that busy stuff on the left is a barrier to getting the truly productive work on the right done.
And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Think about it. You hire smart, talented people. You hire them to solve problems, to be creative, to think strategically. You definitely don't hire them to just copy and paste information from one spreadsheet to another. When they're stuck doing those menial tasks, you're not just wasting their time, you're wasting their talent.
So you have to wonder, where does all this busy work even come from? Well, that brings us to our next section, and it's a big one, the hidden cost of disconnection. A lot of the time, the problem is the very tools that are supposed to be helping us are actually working against us.
You see, when your CRM, your email, your project management tool, when none of them talk to each other, it creates friction. And it's not just a small annoyance. It means more manual work for your team. More manual work inevitably leads to more mistakes, which then causes delays. This is why people are logging on late at night just trying to catch up on data entry they missed during the day. And the real cost? It's a total drain on the focus and creativity you hired them for in the first place.
But here's the good news. There is a way out of this mess. It's a powerful solution we call the integration advantage. It's all about finally letting technology do the heavy lifting that it was always designed to do.
We're talking about something called workflow automation. And hey, don't let that term sound complicated. It's actually a really simple idea. It's just about connecting your tools so that information can flow between them automatically. When you enter customer data in one place and it instantly updates everywhere else, you've just eliminated all that friction we were talking about. You're letting technology handle the boring, repetitive stuff.
And this isn't some massive 5-year IT project either. It's actually really accessible. It really boils down to 3 steps. First, you just identify those repetitive tasks, like updating your CRM. Second, you connect your tools, like syncing up your calendar and your reporting software. And third, you just automate the flow. That's it. Let the data update itself so your team doesn't have to.
Now, I know whenever the word automation comes up, a big fear pops into people's heads. So let's tackle that head on. This next part is crucial because this isn't about replacing people. It's about amplifying human talent.
Okay, look at the 2 columns here. The fear on the left is that automation is all about replacement, right? That it's going to take jobs and shrink teams. But the reality on the right is so much better. It's about amplification. By automating all that busy work, you're not getting rid of your people, you're freeing them. You're giving them the time and the mental space to do the deep, strategic, high-value work they were actually hired to do.
It might sound a little backward at first, but it's true. Using technology to automate tasks can actually make your company more human. When your team isn't drowning in administrative tasks or fixing silly data entry errors, they have more energy for the things only humans can do. You know, like really listening to a customer, brainstorming a brilliant new idea with a colleague, and actually innovating.
So what does all this actually look like when you put it into practice? Let's talk about the real-world payoff, because the benefits you see when you finally decide to ditch busy work are pretty amazing and they happen fast.
Yeah, the impact isn't some far-off dream. It's immediate and it's real. When you remove those manual steps, your turnaround times just get faster. Your operational costs naturally go down. But I think this is the most important part. Your employees are happier. They're engaged in work that matters, not soul-crushing drudgery. And you know what a happier, more engaged team leads to?
better customer experiences every single time. And the whole company gains a much clearer strategic focus because people can finally lift their heads up and see the big picture.
So I'm just going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. If your smartest, most creative, most expensive employee is spending their Friday afternoon just fixing basic data entry mistakes, what's really the problem here? Is it the employee, or is it the broken system that's forcing them to do that work in the first place? Maybe it's time we stop asking for more and more from our people and start asking for more from our technology. Thanks for tuning in.